other people have asked for the recording, so we are going to record because not everyone can attend. Thank you guys for coming over, spending this evening with me. Now, this will be part 2 of the interview preparation. I'm going to share again the slide. Today, I want us just to focus more on the jobs. Sorry, on the questions. Let me share the slide, guys. I don't want to take too much of our time because this is midweek and we all have jobs to attend to and so forth and so forth. Guys, am I audible? My screen is clear? Okay. Now, let's do this. Last week, we had the presentation, lengthy presentation, but then we had also questions which we could not attend to at the end of the presentation. But for today, I thought so that you guys have more time to ask questions, but I'll just scroll down. Basically, you guys were quite familiar with all of this, the introduction, advice on researching about the company's background, being familiarizing yourself with
Kariba, you're
the...
muted. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you on my side.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you on my side.
Also me, I can hear you.
Mr. Langa, maybe check on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You checking there, Dr. Langa? I think he's checking there. Okay. Then we advised that, just familiarize yourself with, visa processes. Like you see, you have the Saudi Aramco now coming through. They are the ones going to do all the visa arrangements, applications, everything. From you, they might just say, okay, this your passport. Obviously, the sponsorship is the company that's coming to do the recruitment. Just get your qualifications ready to be attested. And yeah, someone asked me about this attestation today. I said, you need to just be careful. Even when you go on Google, you just say qualification attesting in South Africa, check the one that says credited for Middle East attestation, because not all companies or venues that they do the qualifications, testing of qualifications, not all of them are approved by the Saudi authority or Middle East. Middle East, they are quite strict. But on Google, there's plenty of them. You can just say one that is accredited by Middle East. Then obviously the medicals, this is part, and it's like a full package. You don't have to worry about this. And then we looked at obviously international competency. We said, whatever you do, try and, infiltrate the international market in terms of whatever, even if it's short courses that you are studying, make sure even in your current workplace, you do have this collaboration with, various teams, different departments, and obviously be innovative. Start thinking how you innovative you can be at work. You don't just follow, not someone who's following. You want to lead. Obviously, uh, uh, working with diverse cultures, problem solver, digital literacy, very important. Communicate effectively. I'm just rushing through now. We already done this, but it's good just to, as introduction, to rush through, and then I want to get to the questions. And this going to the interview, be confident. The more confident you are, it helps you to reduce, your anxiety. And I can tell you guys, for me, especially the Saudi interviews were the easiest interviews I've ever been to. South Africa, now talking about South Africa, since I'm coming from South Africa, every job I went to, I felt like the interviews were the most difficult. And it's like it's done on purpose. I don't know why. But Saudi, it was more relaxing, more like, tell us, what can you do? Easy going, flowing. And the main thing is just for you, smile, just be okay. Don't exaggerate things. Just be on the level. When you talk about yourself, don't over or under yourself. Just be average. Just be a normal human being. And watch out your tone, your voice. Sometimes you might feel your tone, your voice is too much pushy, over. No, they just be gentle, take it easy, and listen more. And obviously, the most important one, maybe you come for an interview, it's with company A. Obviously, you've done your research, you have a little bit of facts about the company and so on. Business etiquette in Saudi, as I have said, dress code in Saudi, very important. Make sure full body closed. And the one lady today we're speaking to, because I could see there was maybe some misunderstanding. It does not mean when you go to the interview, you have to be wearing full abaya. No, no. This is just to saying in Saudi, this is how they wear. The women and the men, this is how normally they wear. You can go to the interview as a lady wearing like this, no problem. But at least you're not showing your cleavage. You know, you don't have to put on your headscarf. No, you don't have to. You just need for, like, when you're going to any ordinary interview, but don't go there with 1 centimeter skirts. And this, we spoke about the CV tailoring, which most of you already, we've done the CV reviews. And we said, these are the reasons why we tailor your CV so that it qualifies to all of this. And the one thing maybe I forgot to stress the last time is that each and every one, when we do your CV, make sure you go through your CV. You need to understand it. Know your CV like the back of your hand. Because when you are at the interview, they might just say you have a hard copy or they are looking at it on their screens. They ask you things about your CV. So you just need to know it inside out because it's your CV. This is where I wanted to get to. General interview questions. General interview questions, they will ask, tell us about yourself. When they ask you questions like this, for me, the best, I'm just going to give, like highlights. I will not give like, exact answers because it's good that you go do a little bit of research and then you are able to respond. Sorry, guys, I had a very long day, a long week, a long month of fasting, so my body is still catching up. Now, when they say, tell us about yourself, here, Saudi culture or Middle East culture is more of a culture more of around families, family orientated. I'm just muting someone here. It's more of family orientated. Make sure you start with telling them about you, yourself, where you are, what you do, your family, you have kids, you soften. So you start from family. This is my advice, but it doesn't mean it's the only correct solution, but it works. Start with your family because their culture is more that of family. Especially as a man, they say a man is a man only if he takes care of his family. If you are not married, you say, my mother, I have a mother, I have a father, I'm taking care of them, and this is what I'm doing. So you need to soften in. That's where you start. And then you can say, okay, me, I grew up in this place. I studied in this institution, and I have been working for so many years as whatever, an engineer or whatever. And then you keep it there. You must not answer, keep your responses not very, don't stretch them, don't make them long, like usually how I talk. You want to keep them straight to the point, but make sure it's usually all that of a storytelling. Like if me, they ask me, Kariba, tell us about yourself. I will be sitting there, I'll say, um, yes, my name is Kariba. I'm 50 years of age, and I come from a village called Moraung in Limpopo province. It's one of the most poorest village in the whole of South Africa, by the way. Yeah? You are learning something. So, now I'm engaging. I'm slightly sometimes taking them off topic because they want to know. You come from a village, okay? It's one of the most poorest villages in the whole country of South Africa. Okay, so this guy is coming from a village, poorest village, but he's able today sitting in front of us as an engineer with all this experience. So he's where he's coming from, he did not let it suppress him to where he is today. Because a lot of people, when they start where I actually started, poor, walking barefoot, taking care of pigs, cattle, goats, sorting out the garden. And every time they say, they never have this dream to say, one day I want to be a lead engineer in Saudi Arabia. When you tell them this, they say, no, 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 that is not for us. It's for the rich people or for those people who can afford. But Kariba is, I have to tell them. And this is what I'm telling you what I told them when I went to that interview. I said, I'm coming from Limpopo province. There's a village called Moraung, one of the most poorest villages in the whole country. That's where I'm coming from. I say, by the way, I grew up taking care of pigs, goats, sheep. I used to go to the field. Sometimes I come across snakes, very big snakes. I was almost chowed by a snake. Yeah? And then they start going with you. They say, what? It's about the snake. What happened? That's how I got this job when I told them a story because they want to hear stories. But don't drag it too much. Still come back and say yes. But later I went to study at the university and I was working. I've been working for so many years. At the time, it was 15 years. And this is where I am right now. And I'm sitting now with you guys. And I just want to know, when are you going to make me that job off? You must show the confidence. This is what I asked them. Then they started laughing. They say, hey, this guy. I said, yeah, when are you going to make me the job offer? When can I start working for you, Saudi Aramco? So, what do you know about our company? This is for you guys just to research. Saudi Aramco. Okay, somebody, let's mute. Yeah, then we say Saudi Aramco, we all know, is the largest oil and gas company in the world. The richest, the largest producer of oil and gas. Later, you guys, it's good when you just go read some background. Just these questions, I can tell you, if you take one by one, underneath, just write a paragraph in point form. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. It can be just point form, 3 or 4 lines. The next question, 3 or 4 lines, as I said last week. And then you start, put the phone, record yourself, like as if someone is asking you these questions. You just record. I don't want you to memorize. It must be some things that you say, I want to learn and do it. Because if you memorize, you're going to get to the interview, then you forget. So you need to just ask yourself the questions, record yourself, watch the video, how you respond. And I can tell you, it's very easy. Why do you want to work in Saudi Arabia? This was one of the questions I was asked. And I remember this is 10 years ago, I think. I think how I responded to this, they asked me why I want to work in Saudi Arabia. I was honest with them. I said, I never applied for a job in Saudi Arabia, but when they called me, I thought, it's something I should look at. And I've never been to Saudi Arabia, and I never thought about Saudi Arabia. But now they tell me that, okay, I might be shortlisted because my resume is good. Then I said, let me look. Where is, I told them, I said, I didn't even know where Saudi Arabia is. I went to check on the map. I first took a map. I said, I went to buy a map special. I wanted to see on the map, where's Saudi Arabia? Then I saw, oh, this is Saudi Arabia. And then I Googled some information about Saudi Arabia. I Googled some information about Saudi Aramco. I said, I never knew even this existed. Why not go there and explore? Maybe it's my time to explore. Let me go and do it. And I've never been in an oil and gas environment. I'm mostly in mining. I'm coming from mining space, but my experience, I know. Anywhere where I can go, including the oil and gas, all I need is a month, at most 2 months. I will know everything inside out, and I'm very innovative. I know I'm going to add so much value to any process where I can be hired. So if you guys from Saudi Arabia, you give me the job, you'll probably have to go and start playing golf. If you're not playing golf with me on the job, you will start playing golf because everything will be under control, under my leadership, and they will laugh it. So you don't want to be too serious, but also you don't want to be too playful, but you just want to show that, you know, you are just someone, a free person, free spirit person, but you still obviously give punch. You know your job. There'll be areas where now they come to ask specifically about your job. Like, why are you interested in this position? And then you tell them, I'm an engineer or whatever position that may be. This is what I've been doing for the past so many years, and I love my job. For me, at the time when they asked me, when they said why I was interested, I said, already here in South Africa, I've worked for so many companies. And at the time I was going around African countries because we're mining consultants. I said, if I am to come and work for you in oil and gas, I think I will be able to add even more value because where I am, I felt like I already hit the ceiling. I'm being underutilized because I know so much about the industry I am. I feel it's about time I should take all my learnings, my knowledge, my experience to a different heights. So they said, oh, okay, so oil and gas, you think you'll make it? You don't have experience? I said, it's all the same. It's everything, it's all engineering. Doesn't matter if oil or gas, it's mining, all for me is the same. We're using engineering standards we have to follow. And obviously there's all this basic stuff that whether you are oil and gas, you are mining, you are steel, casting, whichever area you are, all of them very common. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I just said, if I get to Saudi Arabia and you guys take care of me the first 3 months, I will be there minimum 5 years. So if you ask me where I will be in 5 years, I will be in Saudi Arabia, Saudi Aramco. Probably you would have promoted me by then because I know I always excel. Everything I touch tends to gold. Try me. And they were laughing again. So I don't know for you how you will play. I don't have anything specific. That's why I'm just giving you this. And I don't want people to go where they say, where will you see yourself in 5 years? Now you start going too much deep. I want to have a PhD, 5 years. If I work for you, I want to be a CEO. No, they don't want to hear about CEO. For them, they just want someone who will be loyal to them. If they give you a job, you will be with them. You will not resign within the 5 years and go look for another job. You will be with them. You are going to add value. You are going to give them what they want. What they want is action. They want projects to be on the move. So I told them 5 years, I see myself being in Saudi Aramco. But knowing myself, I excel in everything I do. I'm a hard worker. I'm very intelligent. And I do my job. And I'm never late. And I've always been promoted. And I see the same thing happening in Saudi Aramco. Even though I do not have oil and gas background, I know I'm going to learn. I do things on my own. I don't wait for people to come and ask me for things. I just go. I'm very proactive. They said, okay, maybe this guy is someone we can look at. And then they said, what salary expectations do you have? I told them my current salary is this. I have my pay slip. And for me to go from here to a place like Saudi Arabia, I don't know anyone. I have kids. I have family here. For me, you guys, from the discussion that we are having, you look also at my resume, and this is my pay slip. I know you guys are very, fair people, and I believe in you. You will give me a fair salary, something that you think is suitable to me, because I'm not that familiar with the salary structure in Saudi Arabia. But this is where I am currently. You guys make me an offer. We take it from there. They said, oh, okay. So this guy is negotiable, because sometimes you don't want just to give them punch, say, I want so many millions. They say, oh, this one, hey, why is just starting here? Even though that's what they are giving, but then they say, this one is like too much demanding, because it throws to them like, so we're going to give him this, even though this is what we are giving, but he's going to come back again after 6 months and want more. So you just say, guys, this is what I'm earning, and this is what the value I'm bringing to your company. This is my resume, so you know about me now. So I'm gonna give this back to you. You guys, I believe in you. You are very fair. You are well-renowned company. Make me an offer, and then we take it from there, because they pay big money. The whole world looks up to these people for salary. So you know they won't do you wrong. So, and this is one thing I said to another guy. I said, even if your salary is maybe let's say your salary is $1 a month. Even if for them salary, they start at $5 a month. Even if you tell them my salary is $1, they will not give you $2. No, they will still give you the minimum, which is $5. It don't matter if someone is earning $4 a month, and for them starting is $5, they will also give that person $4. So it means you are coming from $1 going to $5, the other one from $3 to $5, the other one from 4. So it doesn't matter. So rather you just tell them. Unless if it was a form somewhere you have to fill in, then you can say, okay, maybe you just add like anything between 30%. For me, I'll say maybe 30% to 50%, somewhere there, and say, okay, this is what I'm looking at, you guys, hoping you can give me this. Sometimes, they will, assess your professional knowledge. As I say here, maybe they ask, what experience do you have in this industry? Like now it's oil and gas. For me, this is one question they asked me. I told them, guys, I'm from mining background, and still I've worked in furnaces, in smeltering plants, and then mining. I have no clue about oil and gas in terms of physical experience. The only thing I know is me reading about it. Other than that, I don't know. But I can assure you, just give me a chance. 3 months is more than enough. We will sit around the table. If you just give me 3 months, I know you guys are giving 3 months probation. Give me 3 months probation. I'm challenging you. Test me. So I closed the gap because when I went for the interview, a lot of the guys, more than 40 guys on that day were from Sasol. They came from Sasol, chemical industries. Some from Secunda, some from Sasolbeck. And I was coming from mining. When they said, what experience do we have in this industry? I said, 0. And I'm certain the guys from Sasol, they said, oh, no, this is our baby. This is our baby. Me, I said, zilch, 0, nada, but put me to the test and I will show you. Then I brought my confidence. I said, put me to the test, I will show you. You see, even my CV, I've been promoted more than 5 times by different employers. What does that say about me? And if you want to confirm, my references are there. Call any one of them anytime. Ask them, how is it that, how was Kariba when he was working with you? Or was Kariba really promoted? What did he do? Ask any one of them. And I said, even today, I can go to any one of my previous employers. They will give me a job. First minute I enter the door, they'll give me a job. So I challenge you, test me here. You have a probation, put me on a 3 months probation, test me and see. Now I close the gap with the confidence. Can you give an example of a project you successfully managed? You guys, this is the reason why when we review your CVs, we say for everyone, we make sure you have a project that you accomplished. If you are not from an engineering background, you always have what we say, whatever, achievements or accomplishments. From engineering background, most of you or all of you, you have projects. So you just pick one project that you know inside out, and you tell them the role you played, the value of the project, how long the project was ran for, 6 months, 8 months, and already you jump into the challenges of the project and how did you get over the challenges, So you just discuss it. How do you handle work under pressure? These are basic questions, guys. I will not really go here. These are basic. How do you handle work under pressure? What skills do you bring that make you a good fit for this role? Already, when we review your resume, that is the reason why your skills on your CV, we make your skills, we plug them in such a way that these skills in your CV, they already align with your achievements. And at the same time, the skills, those whom we're gonna do the CV review training, we're gonna get to that level because your CV summary or executive summary comes from the skills. Your skills come from your overall CV, and your project summary, we create it or we develop it from your skills. So when we start with your overall CV, from the overall CV, we go to your skills, we develop your skills, we put them in the correct order, and then the skills, we transform them to the executive summary of your CV. And then now we take your executive summary together with your whole CV, and then we punch it into a cover letter. So skills are very important. If you have done a CV review with us, your skills are already there. You just pick from your skills because your skills already speak to your projects, speak to your achievements, your skills speak to your accomplishments. And those are the ones you can just tell them. They're already on your CV. You don't have to go search for it. How do you stay updated with industry trends? These are basic questions, from someone like me. Um, I want to be honest. Like for me, I just watch YouTube. YouTube, there's everything. I just watch YouTube because sometimes I'm lazy to read. So I just watch YouTube, I Google, and then I just check YouTube. At times I say, okay, let me do a short course, 2 days course or whatever. There's those short courses under Udemy, the likes of Udemy, specific courses or whatever I want to learn. I can do it. But I don't want a course that's gonna take me more than a month. No, no. No, no, I don't want it. I want short certificates. Then I watch YouTube. YouTube, I watch a lot. There's already programs that I subscribe to for free on YouTube, and then I just follow them. One of them is one they call it the Han Academy. KHAN. K for kitchen, H for human, A for Andreas, N for Nana. Fun Academy. You guys can check it out. We have everything on engineering, and not only engineering. I'm just talking engineering because I'm an engineer. They have everything. Even if you are a lab technician, you are a teacher, you are a doctor, they teach everything. Khan Academy. Tell us about a time you solved a major problem at work. This one, you can even include it already in your project to say you had this project, you had these challenges, whatever, and what. Or if you are someone even from a maintenance background, you say, working and then just knocking off, we had a major breakdown, and this is how I went about solving it. We obviously spoke about the cultural and adaptability. In terms of these questions, maybe have you worked in the Middle East before? No. Sometimes some people have worked remotely. You are in Africa or your home country, are doing work for a company in the Middle East. So yes, also it can be a tick. You say yes, but only remotely, whatever. How do you adapt to new cultures and work environments? This one, it's all about, obviously, they want to check if we hire you or we make you an offer in the Middle East, how easy is it going to be for you to adapt? Because if you can give an example where you had to adapt to a new culture or a new work environment, or you resigned from your previous job, you went to a totally different environment, new job, even if it's local in your home country, you can just give an example, when you went there day one, day two, day three, what were the challenges, how did you, overcome them? Because you haven't been to the Middle East before. So you give an example of something that happened, a similar situation in your home country. What do you know about Saudi business etiquette? We already discussed it in, I think it's slide number 7 or whatever. So you can just refer to that one. Are you comfortable working in diverse multicultural teams? Obvious, everyone will say yes. And they might ask you, if you are comfortable, are you currently working in such environment? You can say no, or you can say yes, or you can say yes and no. Why? Because in my company, it's not multicultural, but we do a lot of work with, other contractors and so on, and they are quite diverse, from diverse backgrounds, and this is how we're working with them. You have to give some kind of example to say yes, but if not, you are still at liberty to say, I'm not working in such environments, but I have a lot of friends from diverse backgrounds. I have a lot of friends. That is enough. What challenges do you foresee working in Saudi Arabia, and how will you handle them? The one challenge is, if you have a family, you can mention, I have a family here, and I have kids, they are studying. My one challenge is I cannot just take them along with me because kids are going to school. I have a wife that is working, or if it's a lady, I have a husband working here. So I will have to figure out we will have to figure out how to work, our schedules around this. But this will not stop me joining you. We will have to see how we can work around the whole thing. And yes, obviously, Saudi Arabia, the weather is different, things are different there. I'll have to adapt. But I have always been someone who can adapt easily in different environments. Behavioral and situational questions. Guys, I'm just going through this because people were asking more about this. Then you can ask, some of you ask me after the meeting, WhatsApp, or we have another session one-on-one, we can go through it. I cannot really go into the details. I prefer that you guys, for now, I'm just giving examples. You guys, when you sit down, you can go one by one and respond to it in your own space. Describe a time when you had a conflict with a colleague. How did you handle it? This one is similar to when you had a problem at work. You can still say the same thing. Or if you are someone who never really had, face conflict situations, just say, I'm a quiet person. I never had this challenge, but there are times where I see other colleagues, between them having this problem. And then I just try to assist and, cool them off or whatever. I don't know. If you did have a conflict with a colleague, then you just need to say, yes, we had a conflict, but it was a misunderstanding, and this was resolved in A, B, C, whatever, I don't know it may be. Tell me about a time you had to meet a tight deadline. If you never had to meet a tight deadline, you are a very lucky person. Every one of us, whichever work we are doing, even an administrator, we always have tight deadlines. Sometimes we have difficult bosses. Even my wife, sometimes she says, I'm a very difficult husband. I might just come and say, can you do this for me now? Leave everything that you are doing. I want this now, please, within the next hour, because I must do A, B, C. So tight deadlines, I know it cannot be my wife alone. There's a lot of us. Give an example of a situation where you had to show leadership. Now here are areas where you want to excel. These are areas where you want to excel, because here, leadership, it means this person is confident, this person is knowledgeable, this person is experienced. These are the people we want to hire in Saudi Arabia. We want leaders. We don't want followers. That's what they always say. So when they say give an example, if you are someone who's already, having projects or whatever, that's the easiest you can give. You say, this is my role and this is what I've been doing. I'm a project coordinator and these are my duties and this is how I make sure my tasks executed on time, within budget, every time, whatever it may be. Or you can say leadership, I'm a very beautiful husband, and this is how I lead my family, because I must lead my family in the right direction first before I can go and lead somebody at work. So starting from home, this is how I lead my kids. This is how I lead my wife, and then I lead myself when I get to work. These are the examples, whichever way you put it. But me, I was all over the show. I started talking about this is how growing up, I was leading pigs, leading cattle, leading sheep, goats. Then they were laughing. Then when they were still laughing, then I talk about work. They are no longer concentrating. They're already thinking, how much are we going to offer this guy? That's what was happening. Have you ever worked under a strict hierarchical system? How did you handle it? Up to you. I've worked in such situations. I've worked in flat structures. And there's no one correct answer. This one, one of those general answers, it's up to you. Whether it's a pyramid scheme, flat structure, what you can think. You guys use your brains. For me, that one doesn't Really, it's just for them to see, okay, can this person think, is he a problem child or is she a problem child, or every situation they see that, okay, only they focus on the positive side of every situation. Saudi labor laws and work, they will ask, and guys, these are questions that they asked me when I was there. Do you have a valid visa or Ikama? Obviously, I said no. I said, tell me, what is Ikama? I remember, what is Ikama? They said, no, it's a residence. Actually, it's not a residence permit. It's a residence ID. Oh, I said, oh, resident, you call it Ikama? Yes. Then they started explaining for me in Arabic what Ikama means. And then they took me to as a whole story, but I forgot all of it immediately. But at least I knew, okay, Ikama is ID. Because I wanted to make sure that they do understand that when I say I don't know Saudi, anything about Saudi at all, I meant it. Why? I wanted to make sure that they can see that this guy is honest. When I don't know something, I just come up, I don't know this. So if you guys can tell me, please tell me, teach me about this thing. What is this thing? Because normally they want someone like that who's inquisitive. Because if now I don't know this thing, I ask a question. Once they give me an answer, I'm always getting smarter. Because before I asked the question, I was not that smart. I asked the question, they gave me an answer. Now I become smarter. So every time I'm becoming smarter because I'm asking a lot of questions. Are you aware of Saudi labor laws regarding work, working hours, holidays, contracts? Even at the time, I told them, you know what, where I am now, uh, there's already a lot of other South Africans working in Saudi Arabia. And if they can do it, why can't I do it? It don't matter. If the work hours are 18 hours a day, they are already doing it. So I must be able to do it. They said, oh, okay. I said, next question, please. They said, oh, then this they will ask you, are you married? Do you have kids? You just tell them, will you be willing to relocate with your family? You can tell them. For me, if they ask me this, I'll say, yes, I will be willing to relocate to the family, but maybe the first 6 months I will go alone, check out the place, understand the local areas, everything. So when I bring my family, at least I know exactly which areas to settle with them. Do you have any questions for us? You guys can prepare whatever, just one or two questions. For me, they asked me this. And when they asked me this, I asked the same question which I had asked them earlier. I said, when am I going to start working at Saudi Aramco? That was my question. And they were laughing at me. They were laughing so hard. I just said, I'm serious, guys. When am I going to start working at Saudi Aramco? They were just laughing. I said, okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just wait there. You guys make me an offer. And then I will look at the offer. If we agree, I will start. And I'm going to tell you again, you will not regret hiring me. Start getting your golf course material ready. Go for golf course training. You're gonna play a lot of golf because when I'm there, everything will be under control. Yeah, they said, I Kariba. You know what? We love having you around here. You really, distress us and all of this. Do you have any other job offers you are considering this? They asked me also. I said to them, I've changed jobs. Uh, Not because of I was doing job hopping. In my earlier years as a junior engineer, I did it on purpose. I was just changing jobs. Why? Because I wanted to multitask. It was good for me to change jobs. Why? As I say, to multitask, to learn as much as I can in the engineering fraternity, because initially I was in the smeltery, chrome, then I was in steel, then I was in mining, chrome again, then I was gold, platinum, coal, even as a consultant, then I was now everywhere, the whole Africa. This is what I've always wanted to do. But then I said, you see now, I think I'm of the age where I want to settle one place. And this opportunity of Saudi Aramco came at a time when I least expect. I did not apply, and somebody just contacted me. Now I'm here. If you make me the offer, I plan to spend a very long time at Saudi Aramco with you guys. They said, okay, are you good? I said, okay, I'll go wait there, please, guys. Sort out the offer, and then we can take it further. And just as a reminder, guys, this I know was talking to one guy, he thought maybe I was joking about vision board. And then I explained to him after the meeting, I said, go just Google what is a vision board. Because he said, you know what? I don't know this thing. I just saw you put vision board. I saw you Kariba with that Ferrari thingy. I said, no, yes, I put it here. Maybe it's like a joke, but no, this thing is real. It works. If you start using a vision board for yourself and be honest about it and make it practical, I can tell you, vision board, because you can focus that I want to achieve A, B, C within this specific time, and this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, guys, I'll cut it off here. I will allow maybe 15 minutes of questions, and then the rest other questions, if people still have questions, you can ask me afterwards. I mean, even on WhatsApp, or we can have the one-on-one sessions. We can do it, because honestly, I'm a bit exhausted. I was doing a lot of traveling, and I'm reviewing CVs now, and oh, it's all over the show. I'm really exhausted. So any questions? Any questions? If no questions, also, then no problem. I will share this recording also for everyone to, listen to it. Maybe tonight I don't have that much energy. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I see Mr. Joseph Singh. Mr. Joseph Singh, I see your hand is up.
I just want to find out. I received an email today, but I don't want to post it on a group to cause let's say a riot. It's
Yeah.
from a company, jobs at ables.com.sa. They say they're coming to Johannesburg as well for Aramco.
Yeah, it's coming to Johannesburg as well.
Yeah,
That's
Ables.
why initially when people were talking about Cape Town alone, I know they don't do only Cape Town. They always Saudi Aramco. They do Cape Town and Johannesburg. They will never just do Cape Town alone. This time when I was just hearing only Cape Town, I thought maybe, I don't know. I don't know what could have happened. And now Saudi Aramco, also they have these other joint ventures with other companies, including the Ma'aden. They call it Ma'aden. It's a mining company in Saudi Aramco. And in Saudi Arabia. Also, I think they will be now hiring even people from specifically mining background in the near future now, because now they acquired 50% of mining companies and stuff like this. But I stand to be corrected. This is information that I'm just coming across, not really official information, someone sending me on paper, but I'm coming across this information. So something big is coming. They already hired some of the guys who were previously laid off during the COVID. They already hired them for those joint venture, big projects, mining. And one of the guys, I must call him, his CV is 19 pages. He just joined last month here, this same man. 19 pages, that one. Why like this? Okay, yeah, so brother, thank you about, yeah, it is genuine. They are also gonna be going to Johannesburg. They will start Cape Town 7 days. I think it's 7 days. It's always 7 days. Then they will take like 2 days break or whatever. Then again, Johannesburg. Normally they go to Johannesburg, Sentin, by that hotel, what they call it, Michelangelo. It's usually Michelangelo. They love Michelangelo. Then they are there 7 days full.
Yeah, they say they'll be in Johannesburg the week of the 24th of April.
Okay. Oh, so it means they're starting in Johannesburg.
It sounds
Before
like,
going-
yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Cape Town, they said end of April, beginning of May. But you guys, I sent you guys also the one from Al-Falak, Nadim or Jadim. You guys apply to that one because then it's directly with Al-Falak as well. Eh?
Yeah, but I see it doesn't even respond to the emails, Kariba, the guys.
They don't respond.
Is it?
Welcome to Middle East. No, no one will
So you don't
respond.
know if they received it or what or anything.
No, from your Outlook, are you not able to, when you send an email to say to not, it notifies you when they open
When
the
they read it.
email or
No, I was using a Gmail account, so I don't think it's got that setting
no,
right.
but no, welcome to Saudi Arabia. No one will respond to your email. Even at Aramco, it's the same thing. You send an email, no one responding, and then me, because me, I'm sometimes that's why people think I'm arrogant because I'm working with such people. Then I'll take my call, I'm my phone, I'm calling, and always I'm fighting, but it works because I always get what I want. I always get what I want. So this is also the reason why I said in the last session, you guys, even if another agent says no, don't apply through other agents for these Saudi interviews. Don't listen to them. You just say yes. Go and apply also through others. You have also Betty, apply through Betty, apply all of them. Doesn't matter. This one from Saudi Arabia, you know what they will do? They will not respond to you. And then sometimes even on the day of the interviews, then he just calls you. He say, Leo, are you Leolo? He says, yes, yes. We are waiting for you at the interview. We are here in Cape Town, this and this place. Please, your interview is at 1 o'clock. And that time is 10 o'clock in the morning. He says your interview is at 1 o'clock. He doesn't even ask you to say where you coming from, where Johannesburg or what. He's saying this as if you are just around the corner. This is the life.
No, interesting.
Yeah, this is the life. Yes. Yeah, but yeah, it's happening, guys. I think uh, I wish everyone the best because a lot of the guys who came to Saudi Arabia, even in the past 2 or 3 years, have seen a lot of improvement in their lives, a lot of changes, very good changes, even with family. Even your wife will love you more. Your wife will love you more if you come to Saudi. I don't know about mine, but I mean, your wife will love you. I don't know. I don't know. You'll never know. This is the life. She's laughing right now. I don't. But yeah, I wish you guys the best, really, because we had more than 500 engineers that were hired in South Africa. Early 2023, that was the last time Saudi Aramco went to South Africa. So they took from 2022 October until 2023 February, I think March, somewhere there. Someone was telling me the total numbers are around 500. And most of the people came from ESCOM, a lot of safety engineers who were working for contractors that were working with ESCOM. They took most of it because they are here. We have Marjan, they call it Marjan gas plant. It's the biggest gas plant in the world. It's like a 10-year project or so.
Yeah, you're off.
Am I off?
I can, yeah, now you're off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mr. Langa. Yeah, Mr. Langa. Is it?
Hi, Kariba. Yes, I
Yes,
was
brother.
muted.
Yes, brother.
Yes, I just want to get a clarity with the agents and Saudi Aramco. Are the agents forwarding the CVs to Saudi Aramco, and then we're gonna be, if we get the opportunity, gonna be interviewed directly by Aramco HR, or how it's gonna work
Yeah,
out?
yeah. What is happening? What is happening is all of these agents, they take your CV, they forward it to Saudi Aramco directly. And Saudi Aramco personnel will be there doing the interviews directly with you. So these agents, they give your CV to Saudi Aramco, and most of the time there's no shortlisting. They just take every CV because they are there to interview. If there's 2,000 people to interview, they interview 2,000 and they select whoever they want. They do it old-fashioned.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll be interviewed by none of the agents will be in the meeting. No, only Saudi Aramco.
All right.
Yes. Mr. Malusi. Mr. Malusi said,
Yes, good day, sir. How are you?
hey, good morning, under control.
Aye, it's actually 8 o'clock. Hey, sorry guys. The four IR was messing me up today, so I think I joined one of the links, one-on-one links. But
Oh, sorry
yes,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to find out. Maybe I think I have two questions. One is it possible to join maybe Johannesburg interviews? Because I think from Durban, Johannesburg, is much easier for me to travel there. I think I can do one trip to and fro, and then
Yes.
if I can get that agent that is recruiting for Johannesburg, and then
Okay. Maybe let me answer it before because I will forget. Remember. Okay. Let me not say remember. These interviews, when you apply to the agents, the same agent will still be in Johannesburg and Cape Town. Will go both. Will cover both because the agent will have people in Cape Town. The same agent will have people in Johannesburg.
okay,
So it all, if the agent, you talk to them, you agree, they say, okay, they should be able to ask you, like now that it's both is confirmed in Johannesburg and Cape Town, they should be able to say, okay, we are going to book you for Johannesburg interview, or we are going to book you for Cape Town interview. But this is what I'm going to say. Usually what I've noticed, Johannesburg, it gets so packed up because, everyone, Johannesburg is the, easiest place to go for the interview. Then it gets really cranked up. I know
okay,
because for me, when I went there, as I said, I did not, I went like 9 p.m. I was the last person to be interviewed because I thought it was a joke, even when they invited. When I got there, it was already past 8 to 9. But when they interviewed me, it was exactly 9 o'clock in the evening. So that time, everyone was waiting. But I do understand, and I've witnessed also, Cape Town normally is not packed like Johannesburg. But obviously, having said that, yeah, obviously you are coming from Durban, Johannesburg is better for you. Then you go to Johannesburg, you tell yourself, I'm gonna dedicate the whole of today to the interviews because some people, when I was there, they were there since 7 in the morning, and 9 p.m. they were still stuck there with me, and me, I only arrived just before 9, past 8 to 9.
Mm.
And when I got there, I asked for a sandwich because I'm on a diet. I'm always on a diet. Okay, question number 2, my brother.
Sorry, follow-up question to this one. So if you're going for these interviews, you mustn't book a plane ticket to go there and a plane ticket to come back. You must wait for them, give them enough time to interview. So when they say your interview is at 4, you might get interviewed at 9.
Yeah, yeah, that's how this is the life. This is the life. And even if someone tells you 4 p.m., still go early because you might just have your interview early in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Second question: Can I go for an interview in Joburg and then still go for an interview in Cape Town? If
You
I
know,
feel like I didn't do well in Joburg and then go
me,
to
I will
Cape
do
Town
that.
for corrections.
Yeah, I will do that. I support it. I fully
Okay.
support. Me, I will do it. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. If they tell me, like, I tell people, like, now you look at the salary structure, everything, what they give, tax-free, everything. Even if it means, I take 3 days off work, I go to Johannesburg, I attend. I follow them the next week to Cape Town, I will do it. Why? Because even the money I spend on the air ticket versus if I get the job, it's a game changer. So I will do it.
No,
And
thank you, sir.
anyway, then it will be a nice holiday for you. You can even take your wife or your kids or whoever, say, let's go on holiday to Cape Town. You attend the interview and then you go swimming. Because the water in Cape Town is cooler than the water in Durban, I understand. Then you can go swimming if you can swim. Just
Hey,
watch out the sharks.
no, Kariba, they didn't say there are no wives left here in South Africa.
Oh, so am I the last one now to get a good wife?
No, there are no wives left here. We
Oh.
ran out of wives.
It's the first time I hear about that one.
I must
What?
go,
So
man.
where must I look now if there's no wives left?
Yeah, I must go.
Sorry, guys, I'm just joking. Eh?
Sorry. I think I saw Mr. Nkululeku. I think your hand was up. There were too many hands. I think now I just saw you. I think you did. You had your hand up, Mr. Kunen.
Yeah, no, I did, but for me it was just a comment. So I happened to be one of those who went for the 2023 one.
Or
So
interviews.
yes, so I think sometimes the agents they set you up for failure because they put you on to the wrong interview.
Uh,
That's what happened
hello.
to me. So when I got yes, can you still hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yes.
Yes. So what happened with me is that like I went for the interview, but I think my agent really set me up for failure. They started asking me questions about rotating equipment, but clearly I stated clearly on my CV that I'm mostly on projects. So
Yeah.
the interview didn't go so well because I think the agent didn't really put me onto the right platform, you know.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
you see, you see,
yeah,
yes, because this is what I was saying earlier. These agents, they only care about getting their commission. Whether how you get it, the job and what, they don't care much about you. They just want to know, okay, you can get the job. That's why they will bring thousands of you. Then they say, okay, at least I get a few people because they get paid once off. It's not like in South Africa where they will take every month. No, it's a once off payment by Saudi Aramco, and that's it. So they just want that once off. But I'm reviewing your CV, Mr. Ngulune. I would love to have a session with you. As I said, whether I think to
yeah,
be fair, let's say anytime from Monday,
yeah.
because there's
Remember
some,
we said
yes,
it's gonna be like sometime around maybe from Tuesday. From
yeah.
Tuesday,
So if we do that, yes, because I will tell you, this is why for me I've always been multitasking. Why? Because even if they ask you about something, say rotating equipment, whatever, the main thing is just for you to have the basic idea of what they are talking about. And then you say, this is what I know, my knowledge regarding rotating equipment. I'm mainly focused in projects, commissioning, and this is what I do. So basically you need I'll show you how to play around. So you just say, this is basic, what I know about rotating equipment. However, currently for me, I'm focusing in these areas. Then you hit them hard in your area again. Always you pull them to your area of specialization. You just touch it, leave it, bring them here, bring them here. And then they ask you about something that you don't know. You just tell them just basic stuff, come back to what you know even more. That's why when they asked me about, when they were asking me about oil and gas and, you know, all this stuff about oil and gas, I said, let me tell you, all I know about is what I'm reading in the paper. I have not worked in oil and gas and basically stuff I learned at university. But let me tell you what I'm doing now. Let me tell you, I know it will interest you. Listen. Then I tell them a story about the jobs, or rather the projects that I was doing in mining. And I said, we have maintenance projects and we have green projects, at times brown projects. These are the maintenance projects. And then I take them through everything. And I say, even I'm someone who's been hands-on doing condition monitoring, doing this. So then they forget about the question they asked me. Now I'm bringing them here to say that, you see, with the amount of knowledge and experience that I have in this area that I'm specializing in, imagine you give me a chance in the oil and gas industry. I say, give me 3 months and you see what I can do. Already, they were learning from me in my area where under mining. So this is how I want. But obviously, sometimes it depends on the people who are interviewing, the type of people and so on. But I think it's worthwhile to just touch on it. And that will come here. You see on the screen, what do you know about our company? This is where I think, because obviously Saudi Aramco, we have oil refineries, we have, your gas oil separation plants, and then we have the gas plants, oil plants, oil wells, water wells. Those are the things you just need to familiarize yourself with. I don't know if I should have brought them, plug them here. Just high level Saudi Aramco, the whole operation, just high level. Maybe I should have brought it. But yeah, there's a hand up somewhere. Oh, Mr. Malus. Okay.
Yes, that would be me.
Yes.
Kariba, can we maybe, I don't know, can we share the details for the agent that is doing Joburg? Maybe we can all apply, because I think that agent is moving well
The one,
already.
the Betty.
The one that is doing Joburg, because now
Yeah, Betty.
he already has a date for the
Yeah, that's Betty.
interviews. While Cape Town is still telling us late April, early May. We can't even book the ticket for
No,
Cape
what I
Town.
will do, I will share it in the group here. I did share before. It's the same lady, Betty.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah, Betty. She's based in Johannesburg, and that one, she knows. She calls me every time Saudi Aramco coming. She keeps on forgetting that I'm still working for Saudi Aramco. So I have an email address, I have a WhatsApp. But a lot of you, I know they already applied through her, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll share it again.
Yeah, please share it. We'll just check and then.
I'll share it now in the subscriber group. Mr. Liolo, I see your hand is up.
No, Kariba, it's not a comment. I think it's just to add to what Kuleko was saying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think I had that experience as well. I just can't remember, but I think that was 2022. But they were somewhere in Da Vinci Hotel next to Nelson Mandela Square. So
Oh,
so
yeah.
basically, basically you get a shock when you get called, and then you get a shock when you go inside the interview room, and then the guys that are gonna interview you, then they start asking you for what role again. So you find that actually the role that you discuss with the agent now when you get to the interview is totally different. And also what I would notice there, because we all sit like in the chairs, you've got all the agents, they set up their tables. So I also noticed that you found some of the agents, they engage with the candidates. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever things, yeah. And I was shocked to see, but my agent is not engaging with me. It's got nothing to do with race or anything, because she was a different color than mine. But I'm saying she was not engaging with me. But I was looking at other guys, their agents were engaging with them while they're busy waiting, just to give them a run around of the whole process. So me, I was just sitting there, and then the next thing I just got called and I got there. So that's why I say I tend to concur that some of these agents, they just pushing whatever, whether it's numbers or what, but they don't really, and it might result in setting one for failure, because now you get there,
Yes.
and then it puts you off track. So now for you to go back on track again, sometimes it depends on the person. You might try to resuscitate the situation, but if not, then it's already off track. Yeah. So I
Off
just wanted
track.
to
Yes.
say that I've also noticed that, I think, when I went to one of them in the past. Yeah.
Yes, I think thanks for bringing it up, because I have not experienced that nor hear from anyone. But the one thing that I was gonna say was that if in that case, people start asking you for what job role you're applying for and all this. I don't know if you guys, I did share this, the jobs that they're advertising. I just want to open something here. Um, I want to see if I can open something here. Let me do this. Guys, I will not take long. I think I'm hungry and I want to sleep. But, this is the life. Can you see this? This was one of the things from Al was one email that I had received. I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yeah,
You
no, you can
see,
see.
they
Yeah,
have
I can see.
mechanical engineer, piping, electrical, civil, So you can take this. I already shared in the group previously. You can take this, look at this, and say, okay, I actually fit in this job description. Or even when you scroll down, you can see they're showing you already. You have, piping engineer, senior engineer, electrical, whatever, and these are the job requirements. And, I think let me just maybe minimize like this. So you can see you can see the job requirements. This is the job title. These are the job titles, minimum job requirements, specific work experience. So you can go through this on your own and say, which one do I suit best? Even if your agent tells you something else, then maybe you show this to your agent and say, but I looked at the job and my qualifications and experiences are more suitable to this one. So when you go to the interview, you say, this is what I have had access to. I feel I'm more suitable. I'm just saying now, as a maintenance engineer because of these requirements. However, already maybe just tick. This I already shared in the group. I can share again. You can already tick and say, even as a piping engineer, I can fit. Corrosion engineer, I can fit. But my number one priority that I feel I'm more suitable is in this space. But I'm flexible to take care of other positions so that you show them that I know what I want. This is what I have. I know what I want. Like myself, I will go there and say, no, I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm actually a mechanical engineer, but through experience, I can do this maintenance, corrosion engineering. I have a lot of knowledge and experience in this field. Me, I even do cost estimating. I do cost estimating. I can take them through a lot of these positions to show them that I'm flexible. You have okay, this is structural engineer. You have also senior engineer piping. I said, this I can do. Even this senior engineer construction specialist, and normally this one, engineer construction specialist, This one you might find is not just one position. You might find they want 500 people in for this one position. Normally, this is the position they want a lot more people. Site construction, and this is actually project engineer, basically project engineer. And I can tell you now, you see here they say BSc in civil engineering. You find this is how in Saudi things are. You might find this one, someone copy paste here. They copy paste something wrong. It's supposed just because this is even me for 6 years I was just here. Most of us, and we are mixed. Some are safety engineers, some are mechanical engineers, others electrical engineers. It's all a mix here, not just civil. But I see they put also again mechanical engineer. As I say, this is where to start. Even for me, I never had any petrochemical background, but some of these things they copy paste wrong. And then someone is not updating correct. I know. For you, it's best say which one suits me better, and then still speak to your agent, get more advice. But then you tell your agent, I think I'm more suitable in this space, but I can still cover these other areas. So guys, I think let's cut it here. You guys, this is still in the group, eh? Or you still want me to share it?
Yeah, so it's there in the group.
Yeah, it's still in the group. I can just, share it again, but it's still in the group. Yeah. Okay, guys, if anyone, I'll say if anyone is still need maybe more discussions, let's take it maybe, another time. For now, let me be on a diet plan. I just want to sleep. I think my body just needs sleep. Okay. Shanana, guys.
Shanana.
Shanana.